about 1 hour into the hike, almost 2 miles. About to do our first bridge crossing here. Wind's letting up, clouds are starting to part up top. It's really beautiful. Welcome guys. Hola, hola. Hola. Hola guys. Hello, hello. Made it to camp here. Relax and rehydrate a little bit. Set up our tents, which will be home for the next 2 days now. Tomorrow we'll be at Plaza Francia, another 5 miles or so, and we'll check out the big south face of the mountain. But here we are. Hard to complain about the views. Beautiful camp, beautiful surroundings, beautiful sunset. Looking forward to continuing things on. South wall behind us here, just shy of 4,000 meters. Beautiful conditions today. Time for our first medical checkup. See how the blood pressure is, see how we're doing with the altitude. Check in. Hola. 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 It looks like everything is good to go. Blood pressure looks good, no signs of altitude sickness. Some hydration tablets here that I'll be taking, try to make sure that I'm replenishing everything that needs replenished. At this point we are on track. I'm gonna have dinner here in about an hour and a half. Go to bed early tonight. We got an early start tomorrow morning. Long day to Plaza de Mula, 7 to 9 hours of hiking. So we'll get some rest, get some good liquids in us, and we'll keep it moving for tomorrow. Last morning here at Confluencia. We're up super early this morning, 6 o'clock, to break down the tents, pack things up onto the mules and head to base camp, which will be Plaza de Mulas. A little bit of a longer day ahead of us here, 10 miles. Estimated will take 7 to 9 hours to make that trek. Once we do get to Plaza de Mulas, we'll be set up for about 4 days there, depending on how weather's looking. We'll continue to acclimate and get ready to move on to the higher camp. Walking up to Plaza de Mulas base camp. 14,268 feet according to my watch. Air's getting thin. Glad to be here. We're right at 7 hours into it, so right on time with the scheduling. Ended up being more like a little over 11 miles today. Flat to begin with, all through the valley. Then more of a gain there at the end. They saved the elevation gain right for the end for you. So nice little challenge. Get the heart rate up right before you get here, but the views are awesome. There it is. end of night 1 at Plaza de Mulas. I spent the majority of the evening setting up tents, getting camp situated, kind of relaxing. Felt good. Felt strong during the hike, but now that the time is kind of settling in, starting to feel that altitude a little bit more, feeling tired. I'll get to bed here pretty soon. Tomorrow's a rest day, so nothing big planned. Get our bodies used to being at this elevation for extended periods of time. Tomorrow's relaxing and continue to acclimate. First morning here at Plaza de Mulas Base Camp. Pretty rough first night of sleep there. Definitely feeling the altitude. I was tossing and turning quite a bit, maybe only sleeping like 5-10 minutes at a time until about 3 a.m. last night. Definitely glad that we get to acclimate here a little bit with the rest day today. Grateful for that. It's about 9:30. Stays really in the dark here at base camp. You can see the sun just now starting to peek over. So hopefully it'll start to warm up. Today, not much on the schedule. Gonna be hanging out, read, drink a bunch of water, and hopefully start getting a little bit better feel for this elevation. Just finished up lunch here, day 2, Plaza de Mulas Base Camp. During lunch, had some conversations with the guides regarding the itinerary for the next couple of days here. Originally, the plan was to tomorrow climb Mount Bonetti, which is a 5,000 meter peak west of camp here. I know you can maybe see it in the background there. Since this year's been so dry, it's been a lot of rockfall, not a lot of snow or ice to kind of lock things in. So we decided to kind of just forego that climb, and rather than doing Bonetti, we're gonna do 2 climbs to Camp Canada, right up that way. So over the next couple of days, we will be carrying all of our stuff up there, everything we'll need for Camp 1 to continue moving up the mountain, all of our camp equipment, personal equipment. But as for today, still got the rest of the whole afternoon and evening to relax. Headache's still there a little bit, feeling somewhat out of it from time to time, but definitely improving. I think one more night of rest here, a lot more fluids will continue to make things better, and hopefully by the time we get to Camp Canada, feeling strong and ready to go. Almost 1 hour in to our first carry climb up to Camp Canada. Can probably see base camp behind me there. Expect it to take 3.5 to 4 hours. Right now we've got basically some food for the next 2 days and some personal equipment that we won't be needing at base camp. Just gonna cache that up here at Camp Canada. Trying to keep a good pace, but yeah, hopefully we'll be up there here in just a couple hours. Made it to Camp Canada here. New high point, that's for sure. Even though it only took about 3.5 hours. It was a tough 3.5 hours. Pretty steep walking the whole way up from base camp. Here we are though, we made it. Gonna pop into the tent. I think we'll hang out for about an hour. After that, go back down to base camp with a much lighter load, almost nothing in the packs going down, so should be a much easier way down. First big challenge, I would say, of the expedition, getting up here. So glad to be here, drop this gear off, take a little break.
You see the last corner, the last turn?
Yeah.
Weigh me there.
Okay, great. Yeah. That's a quick descent. All right. End of the day here after our carry day up to Camp Canada. Today we moved from Plaza de Mulas and took probably about 90% of our personal equipment that we'll be needing during the high camps and summit push day, as well as probably a few days worth of food from Plaza de Mulas up to Camp Canada. Stashed everything up there so that over the next couple days, as we move up there to stay, our packs can, you know, progressively get lighter. Today was definitely the heaviest packs that we've had and definitely the steepest terrain that we've seen so far. But looking back, you know, a pretty manageable day. It took us about 3.5 hours to get up there, but on the way down, could make some really good time in that loose street, literally running downhill. So, you know, what took us about 2 hours to climb, we descended in like 25 minutes. So that made things a lot easier for sure. I had a quick dinner and I'm in bed pretty early tonight. The sun's setting outside, but I'm trying to rest up. We're doing the same thing tomorrow, taking any last of our personal equipment up to Camp Canada, taking a little bit of water up there, as well as everything that we'll need to cook the food that we stored up there. Another decent day ahead of us tomorrow, but you know, a little bit easier knowing exactly what's ahead of us. Hopefully the packs will be a little bit lighter. We'll know the trail, so hopefully we'll be going a little bit quicker, confident in our movements. So for now, gonna hit the hay nice and early. This is the first time I've gotten to bed before about 10:30 during the whole expedition. Gonna get some good rest here, wake up tomorrow, do the same thing again. Got the rest of our personal supplies as well as fuel, cooking equipment for the days ahead up there. Much lighter packs today, which is definitely appreciated. Should be about 3.5 hours up, hopefully about 45 minutes down or so. Rest day tomorrow, so we'll knock this out, get things prepared for the high camps.
Muy bien. Muy bien.
Just unloaded our bags, got everything that we're gonna need for the high camps and on up to the summit cached here at Camp Canada. We're gonna sit here and rest for about 10 more minutes, then head down. Rest of the evening should be pretty relaxing, and again, our rest day tomorrow. Once we are ready to go, we'll run back down to base camp and have the rest of the evening to relax. We are here at high camp number 1. Got here today after about 3 hours of trekking. As you can see, definitely the cloudiest, coldest, and windiest conditions that we've seen so far. Here we quickly got our tent set up, got our sleeping quarters situated so that we can just kind of relax the rest of the night, trying to stay warm in there. And then we'll eat dinner, probably be a little bit earlier bedtime tonight because we'll wake up early tomorrow, get moving to high camp number 2. We'll stay there for 2, possibly 3 nights depending on how this weather shapes up. Even though there's a little bit of cloud coverage, still definitely beautiful up here. Can't really see Aconcagua back there, definitely covered in clouds, but hoping that'll clear up. Yes. Voila. Gracias. Good morning from high camp number 1, Camp Canada. It is a very brisk but beautiful morning here after an incredible sunset last night. Cold night, a little chilly as we slept, but overall all good here. We will pack things up and move to camp number 2, Nido de Condores. Not sure exactly how long the hike is going to be today. Hopefully 4 or 5 hours of hiking maybe will get us to camp 2. Once we get there, we'll be settled in. I think we've got 2 nights at Nido, so just got to get through today, and we will have a little bit of a rest once we get there. Beautiful views, of course, here from Camp Canada. Can maybe see base camp all the way down there. Looking forward to moving on up to the higher camps. Nido de Condores will be there later this evening. About an hour and a half into our trek here today, and stopped at this little rock outcropping here. Cool thing about this rock outcropping is it marks 5,000 meters above sea level. Pretty nice little milestone here. We'll finish up this break, head up to the top of the ridge here. Once we get up there, we're about 2 hours out from our destination.
Vamos arriba.
Vamos.
Gracias.
Going to gather some water. It's about 4:45. Once we have that, we'll have everything that we need to make dinner for the evening. I don't know how long the walk is. I think it's pretty short, but we're on our way over there right now. Nido is pretty flat up here, actually. Big plateau sort of thing up here. It's easy to set up tents, but definitely going to be very, very windy. So looking forward to knocking this last chore out and then taking it easy for the rest of the evening. Up here, just unbelievable, the light. What an ending to the day. Gonna go back to the candy bar, get some sleep. First morning here at Camp 2, Nido de Condores. Last night was by far the worst night of sleep that I've gotten since being on the expedition. Dealing with a little bit of altitude issues here, primarily just headaches, keeping me up throughout the night. Probably got to sleep around maybe 3 a.m. last night, so feeling a little drained this morning. Today's supposed to be scheduled as a rest day, but so far on this expedition, honestly, the down days have almost been some of the harder days for me. It's just too much time to sit around and, you know, potentially think about how bad you feel. So rather than taking the full rest day, I'm gonna accompany our guide up to Camp 3, Camp Calera, and do a little carry day with him. We'll take some food and water for the next couple days up there. I think that it'll actually be more beneficial for me than just sitting around all day. So I think that getting up to Camp 3 and then returning here for the night hopefully will result in a little bit better acclimation, better sleep. It's a relatively short hike in terms of time, but we're getting up there in elevation, so I think it'll still be a challenge, but all in all, I think it'll be a little bit better for me. I think we'll probably head out here in the next hour or so, go up to Camp 3, see what that's like.
Pero del otro lado está saliendo, solo por tiempo. Bueno, Dieguito.
High camp, Camp Calera, nearly 6,000 meters. Tough hike, man. Tough hike with that altitude. That air makes it a tough 2.5 hours, that's for sure. Beautiful up here though. Glad to have that over with. It's spend too much time up here, just enough to kind of get things situated and ready for when we come back tomorrow with all of our personal gear, ready to get back down to camp, have some solid food, and rest up, prepare to come back, do the same thing tomorrow. It is midday here, last day at Nido de Condores. We've got camp broken down, all of our stuff packed up, ready to make the push up to high camp. Should probably take us a little bit longer than yesterday's carry to get up there, considering the packs are a little bit heavier, so maybe like 3 hours or so. But once we get there, we will get established for the night. Summit push will be tomorrow, or late tonight, I guess. We'll be leaving at like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. So we'll get there, establish camp, have a quick dinner, get into bed early so that we can get moving nice and early. Should be out of here in the next 10 minutes or so. Scrambling here, 19,000 feet, making it interesting right before you reach Calera. Oh man, so close. We've been here up at the high camp, Camp Calera on Aconcagua, for about 3 hours or so now. Upon arrival here, took a little break, ate lunch, and then got our tent set up. Pretty much since that point have just laid inside the tent. A little bit of an update on altitude right now. We're at about a little over 6,000 meters, a little over 19,000 feet. At the moment, we're like 300 and some feet above the summit of Kilimanjaro. Nothing's easy at this altitude, but glad to be here. I would say it's great views, but as you can see, we're kind of stuck in the clouds right now. A lot of cloud coverage this way, as well as up towards Aconcagua there. It's up there somewhere. For right now, just gonna continue to rest. Already had dinner really early, had some pasta, it was great. Hard to eat at this altitude, but still good food. Early start tomorrow. We'll probably wake up about 4:30, hopefully get moving by like 6. We'll reach the summit, hopefully, whenever we reach it. And there's a lot of variability in how long it can take. So just gonna try to rest up, recuperate as much as possible at this kind of altitude, and then hit it this morning. Later tonight, we'll be heading towards the summit. It's 5:30. We are about ready to start our summit bid here from Camp Calera. Super cold, super windy, but the forecast is saying that it should calm down later on in the afternoon. Hopefully by the time we get there, we'll have clear skies and good views, good weather from the top. But for now, just one foot in front of the other until we get there.
Congratulations. You made everything perfect, man.
Thanks, God. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfecto.
Thank you.
Slowly.
Top of Aconcagua! Woo! Nearly 7,000 meters up here. A little over 8 hours to get here from high camp, and it was a grueling hike. Definitely was questioning whether I was going to be able to make it in the beginning, but just put one foot in front of the other. Had a lot of encouragement from the guide, and got Diego, and we ran into another group as well, so it was awesome to hike up with them and reach up here together. There's about 8 of us up here right now at the moment. Don't know if you can see him back there or not, but man, what an experience. What an awesome trek to get up here. It was extremely hard, but man, I knew that if we just kept going, that it would definitely work out and we'd make it up here. Right now, everybody's taking some photos, enjoying the fact that we made it. Super proud, super happy to have gone for it, and happy that it happened to end in success, because there's definitely a lot of factors that could go wrong here. Weather is a big one, even though you wouldn't know it. Looking at our weather today, because it is perfect up here. Couldn't ask for a better summit day. From about 5:30 on all the way up here. I'm gonna soak in these views for maybe 20 minutes more. We do have some clouds rolling in, but shouldn't be an issue getting down. Okay, everybody is packed up here. Camp 3, Camp Calera, ready to head down to base camp. Very, very tired this morning. Yesterday was a massive day, and I'm feeling it today for sure. Everything is a chore. It took me forever to get my stuff ready to leave here and get the tent taken down, but it's done. Getting the last couple items ready to go, and we'll head down. Should take about 4 hours to get back down to Plaza de Mulas. From there, we'll spend our last night in base camp and head out tomorrow morning. So I'm looking forward to getting back there, having a good meal, having a beer or two at base camp, and relaxing for the rest of the evening, and then wrapping things up once tomorrow morning rolls around.